We want to write 7/9 as a decimal. So there's one digit at the top, one digit at the bottom. And because there's a 9 in the denominator, that means whatever's on the top is going to be repeating. So we're going to have the 7 repeating. So it'll be 0.7 repeating. For number 2, there's two digits at the top, two digits at the bottom. And because there's two 9s, we're going to have whatever's at the top repeating. For number 3, there's one digit at the top, three digits at the bottom. So in order to make three digits at the top, we're going to add two zeros in front of the 5. And that's what's going to be repeating. For 4, we have a 90 instead of a 9 at the bottom. So first on the side here, we know 5/9 will be 0.5 repeating. But how do we go from 5/9 to 5 over 90? Well, we have to multiply by 1 over 10, which is equivalent to dividing by 10. And if we're dividing by 10, we have to move the decimal over to the left. So the decimal goes this direction. So it'll be 0.05 repeating. And only the 5 is going to be repeating in this case. Now for 5, we see three digits at the bottom and one digit at the top. So we don't want to put the two zeros in front of the 6 because there's a 0 in the bottom. We want it, if it was all 9s, we would put two zeros at the top. But you want to break this down to simpler steps. First, starting off with 6 over 9, because they're both one digit at the top, one digit at the bottom, we know it's going to be 0.6 repeating. Now 6 over 99, we have to put a 0 at the top, so that there's two digits at the top, two digits at the bottom. So that's going to be 0.06 repeating. And the 0 and the 6 are going to be repeating. And so finally, 6 over 990, we're going to have to divide by 10. So that means adding an extra 0 in front of what we already had. So this first 0 doesn't repeat. It's only the second 0 and the 6 that will repeat. Now we want to write these decimals into fractions. So 0.4 repeating. Because there's only one digit repeating, that's going to be a 4. And then we only need 1 9 since only one digit is repeating. For 7, we want to think of this as 0.5 repeating with a couple changes, right? So let's say 0.5 repeating, we know it's going to be 5 over 9, but we want to make space for a 1, so we have to move the 5 repeating one space, which involves us dividing by 10. And now we want to add a 1/10. So we want to add this 1/10. So we take 5 over 90 plus 1 over 10. Common denominator will be 90. So this will be 14 over 90, which is 7 over 45. For 8, we see the 1 is repeating. So if I just had 0.1 repeating, that'll be 1/9. But I want to make space for the 0, so that involves us dividing by 10. So this will be 1 over 90. Now for 9, we can first do 0.7 repeating, which will be 7/9. And then we want to make a space for the 1, so we have to move the 7 repeating over 1, which will involve us dividing by 10. And now we want to add 1/10, right? So we're adding this 1/10 here. So it'll be 790 plus 1 over 10. Common denominator will be 90. So if we add this, we get 16 over 90, which is 8 over 45. Last one, because there's two digits repeating, Those are going to go at the top, and we need 2 digits at the bottom, which will be 2 nines.